Okay, so with us having no game this weekend, I thought we'd go back and have a look at that last Marshalls game. Not the strongest team, they don't put a lot of pressure on you, but we can have a look at what I've labelled here, options and lateral backwards passing. By lateral, I mean side to side, working the ball across the pitch. So I'll explain that as we go through the video. So I've just got a couple of clips here regards options. Let's take a look at options. So to explain that further, we've got Casey here, picks up the ball, plays it out wide to Imi. Now she's heading towards the corner flag here, but looking around her, there's not really a teammate anywhere nearby. So should she struggle to get past the defender, she'd have no options to lay it off. In the end, she takes the defender on. And then just a few moments later here, we find the ball coming across the box. It's a good ball. Now Imi's heading away from goal. She's looking, she's waving around, where's my options? There's just nobody. I mean, look at the space here with no teammate available. Now here, right back, if you're right back, I'd like to see you on this side of the pitch to provide that option. Now, we do end up going back, which is good. If there's no option going forward, we come back. Macy quite rightly picks out Jazz, who's in a great position here, by the way, to pick up that pass. If Jazz was sat in a goal, that option would not be available, and Macy would probably have to put it out for throw. As a result of being in good position, we can work our way forwards. Casey finding a good pass and a good layoff from Bailey. But again, this is, 30 seconds or so later. Imogen's completely isolated yet again. Now, she does do well because she takes the defender on here, takes on one, takes on two, finds a little toe poke inside. It's a good strike from Betty. Bit of a keeper mistake, but it opens up the scoring. So here's another one. So Imogen's going to pick up the ball here. Now TJ and Bailey are running away from Imogen here. Don't be tempted to run away. Maybe stick with her to provide the option again because she's isolated once more. As it turns out, that she does end up taking the defender on, finds a good ball in, and we end up hitting the crossbar from that. But yeah, just on that right side, we was always isolated. So in this clip, JC picking up the ball. It's going to lay it off to Imi. And then she has got options here, but she's going to take the defender on. Does really well here. This is a fantastic cross. And Bailey's going to launch herself at this one. Just narrowly misses it. Now, we're on the opposite side of the pitch this time with TJ. So let's see if TJ's got support available. And she does. It's in the form of Mane, who's the left back. But she's got up the pitch, supported, found herself a good position. And that frees up our strikers to get back in the box to provide extra attacking options. And as a result, we get the ball centrally, move it laterally. That's a great finish. So here's another attack. So here's Lexi out on the left. She finds herself out on the left quite a number of times in this game, I noticed. She finds some good positions out there. But watch what TJ does. She doesn't run away. She stays with her, provides an option to go back and cut inside. So here's the pass back. Here's the lateral movement, which is good, to cut it back inside. Betty was picking up these positions all game. It's a good strike, and unlucky not to find the target there. Okay, so got another couple of goals coming up in this clip. So TJ knocks it back because she didn't have many options. There's the lateral movement that we talked about. Good sideways movement. Look how much time that's afforded us. I know Marshalls are not putting a lot of pressure on here, but we are down to 10 players, if I remember rightly, at this point. This is a great knockback from TJ. Just nice and simple, just to pass it back, and look how much time it gives us to shoot. It's a good strike, but obviously keeper won't be happy with that one. Good tackling from Sam there. Again, you know, Marshall's playing with virtually no midfield, so we have a lot of time and space. It's a good little toe from Bailey. This is a cheeky finish at the near post. That's a good shot there. So a couple of clips here showing good passing backwards and sideways movement. So initial challenge, well done Sam, stay strong. Now she passes it back here, nice and simple. Marnie comes back forward and we retain possession of the ball. Now Betty doesn't panic here. She has no options to go forward, so what does she do? Just comes back, and then we come back forwards. But as you can see there, that we've passed it forward in a straight line, and it's made it very easy for them to defend. So if we just look at that again, when we go back here, remember that lateral movement? Like Macy's picked a really good place here on the right. Had she received the ball, look how much time and space she would have had. So again, looking for that sideways and backwards movement where we need to. Now, Mane here goes in for the initial challenge, but tracks the player really well. She keeps tracking, and Sam picks a moment well to put the challenge in, gets his possession back of the ball. This is great positioning from Jazz, that through ball. Flag goes up for offside, but as a keeper, you don't take that risk. Great positioning to come out and cut it out. So really well played. This is a good ball inside from Macy, and this is what TJ does best. Finds a gap and drives through it. And a great finish to go with it as well. So here we'll pick up the play with TJ, who's going to find it out wide for Lexi. So Lexi was picking up these positions well again. Now she doesn't initially have any support available. So again, we'll talk about options here, but TJ makes herself available. Lexi gets a good turn inside and it happens to find its way out to TJ after making herself an available option. And then she's a real tidy left foot finish. Then this clip, good lateral movement again. So picking up the ball here, Imi finds a nice tight ball inside. And look how much time's afforded to us as a result of passing it across first and then coming forward. Good persistence from Bailey here. Rides a couple of challenges, rides another one, and slots into the bottom corner. Good finish. Okay, so this next clip, I love this one. This is a corner ball taken by Betty, but we'll pick up Lexi here. And this isn't a training ground routine, this is just off the cuff. So it's quick thinking. Lexi makes a charge in, great ball in from Betty, finds her. That's a great piece of movement, that. So really well done to both players. And then Sam gets a good recovery here, good challenge, buys a team time to get back there. This one's good persistence from Bailey, good charge down. Keeps going, second challenge in, takes a knock, which creates the goal for Imogen. And Bailey is out for a short while through to injury, but great persistence on the ball there. So I've got a couple of clips now offsides and watching the line. So I'll explain that as we go through. So the ball comes back at us. Now the temptation here is to defend this player, but in actual fact, if we can push up to create that defensive line with the rest of our team, we can play this player offside. And that forces the striker to come back. Same again here. Temptation is, well, I want to mark this striker, but if we're pushing up with the rest of our team, create that defensive line, they're going to be miles offside. Then we're not in a running race then. As it happens, we are in a running race, which we're not winning, but we're just marginally playing them offside there. So here we are doing a bit of defending in this clip. Macy gets there first. Marshalls work this quite well actually, and this is a great cross in from them. Well, they'll be disappointed not to stick something on target there with that one, but I am just going to rewind, so I'm going to nitpick here. Because here, if we get our body shape right, I think we can just go back to the keeper here and play this safe. So just again, it's about options. But Marshalls do play it well. As I say, it's a good ball in, and they'll be disappointed not to do something better with that. So here, just watching the back line, you cannot be offside in your own half, so you should be aware of that as a defender and keeping a check behind you. Striker's aware of this, so she's away, because she starts to run when the ball is played and she was in her own half. So she can't be offside, and now she's one-on-one with the keeper, and they do finish it. So doing a bit of defending in this clip, but watch Mace's position and body shape here. This is really smart defending. So she's staying strong, keeping the striker on the wrong side of the ball. Finds a good ball out. TJ's quickest to react, and that lateral pass again. Look how much space and time we've provided for ourselves here. I know Marshalls pretty much play with no midfield, but again, by passing sideways, we've afforded ourselves a lot of time. And then here, we've got Casey, just knocking it back to Marnie, who does really well here, by the way. That's quick feet to dig it back out, and then come back forward again. Speaking of quick feet, got some good feet in terms of pace here from the keeper again. We're starting from quite far back, but it's good pace to get to the ball first there. Then Marshall's attacking again. They did open us up quite a few times actually, despite the scoreline. And that's a good stop, and it's a good reaction from the keeper to dive on top of that and get the second ball as well. So here's a good turn and shot. Good stop from the keeper. I'm just going to rewind that one just to show you something real quick. We've got TJ with a back to goal, defender on her back. So the way to remedy that often is just to knock the ball back, and then for that player just to pass it straight back to you again and receive it. And now we've received the ball in the same position, but we've lost the defender that was tracking us, and we're facing towards goal. So on the left is the before, defender on our back, facing away from goal. On the right-hand side, we've now lost that defender. We're facing towards the goal, about to shoot, and all we did was just pass the ball back to our teammate and then receive it straight back immediately again. So here we have another example again of JC just knocking it back, Macy coming laterally, sideways of course, to Sam, who then brings the ball back forward. Jazz has no options to go forward really, so what do? Just knock it back to come back forwards again. It's a shame that little triangle couldn't complete there, but we've got the principles correct now. This is clever from Betty. Good body shape, defending well. So no options to go forwards, so we came back to come back forwards again, and to come back forwards again, and now we've got space and time to drive into the opponent's half. So a couple of second half goals now. This is Bailey, good turn on the ball, good first touch, nice second touch, drives into the box, and that is a really tidy finish. And then another goal here, JC picking it up in the midfield, finds Imogen, who's really good at these first touches to knock it round. Great touch, great drive, and a good lofted shot, great finish. Okay, so that rounds up some of the key moments, but I'll provide a link to the full game, just in case you want to watch the full thing. It's quite a pedestrian game, but there's still things that we can learn from this. So as we say, we're always looking at the lateral and backwards passing. When we're passing forwards in a straight line, it's very easy for the opponents to defend against that the majority of the time. But if we're passing the ball laterally across the face of their defence, or if we've got no options to move forwards and we just pass it backwards to then come across, you'll find that you afford yourselves a lot more space and time on the ball by moving the ball side to side across the pitch. And that's what we need to do moving forwards into the Lincoln game coming up. Options, we've had a look there that, when your teammate has got the ball, think to yourselves, have they got an option? Can they do anything with the ball? Am I available? Can I make myself available? If we get those things right, then we stand a good chance in our next cup match.